Hey buddy, I'm going to be doing a video on some predictions for the iPad 2. First up, I think probably a given will be a camera on the iPad. Though I don't see it to be practical taking your iPad out and taking photos. It could be good for conferencing, getting in touch with friends overseas from anywhere. Also, it could be good for Apple to bring FaceTime to every single iOS devices and Mac computers. So I think a camera would be a good idea for the iPad, probably a front-facing camera. I don't really see the point of a back-facing camera because the iPad is quite large, so it's going to seem a little bit silly taking your iPad out and taking photos, but I guess it's just a nice little added extra. The next prediction I have is that it will be a smaller design. Smaller as in thinner and a smaller bezel around the edge. So the black part will be smaller to make the iPad screen probably seem larger. And it's been apparently a complaint a lot to Apple about such a large bezel around the edge, but I guess that's so you don't get random inputs from your thumb when you're holding it. But the back should be thinner, I reckon, and hopefully it'll still stay aluminium, but there has been rumours that it could be carbon fibre or something of a similar material, so it would be lighter. I think that aluminum is a really good material to use because it's strong and it's fairly light. So I think the back would be thinner and it would be a lighter product as well. Some rumours also going around that it will have an SD card slot. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's the way Apple does things with their iOS devices. I would see a point to it. I think it'd be very helpful, but I don't think Apple's going to go to expandable memory anytime soon. I just don't think Apple would put a SD card slot in their device, considering previous devices that they've kept the SD card slot out. Like my unibody MacBook doesn't have a SD card slot anywhere, and I think that's pretty important that it should. But they seem to keep this kind of stuff out, and they probably have a reason for it, but I don't think the iPad 2 will have a SD card slot. The next prediction, and some rumours that have been going around as well, is a mid-range speaker. I don't personally think it needs a better speaker. I think the speaker on it's really, really good and is loud enough for me to hear, and the music quality sounds good and it's got a good sound to it. Also, this new speaker could have a bit more bass maybe. I seem to get a lot of treble and not as much bass on the iPad, so that could be a good thing as well. Now, screen. This is a big thing. Retina display on the iPad. I've heard lots of rumours about the next iPad having a Retina display, but I really don't see it happening. I absolutely do not think it's possible to fit a Retina display on the iPad. I mean, timesing the pixels by 4 would be just, wow. The resolution would be amazing, but the processors to power that kind of screen would just have to be, screaming. I'll put a thing down here of what the resolution would be if it had a Retina display, and personally I don't think Apple can pull it off at this present time. So, but we'll see. It might have a Retina display, and if it does, that would be amazing, but personally I don't think it's going to happen really. I think it's too much of a far-fetch, and I think the resolution on the iPad's good enough anyway. I mean, I'm used to my iPod Touch being so crystal clear, and going onto the iPad, the screen is still very clear. Even though it doesn't have the same resolution as the iPod Touch, it still is a good resolution. The IPS screen is just amazing. Anyway, that is all for my predictions. I really don't see any other changes. There has been recent news that it might not have the home button, but I don't see Apple doing that anytime soon. I think that'd be impractical and it would just be a big mess, so I don't think Apple would take out the home button anytime soon. So they're my predictions. Thinner, lighter, better speaker, front-facing camera, back-facing camera, FaceTime, iOS 4.3, and the next keynote to introduce the iPad 2 should either be on February the 1st or April the 2nd, I'm thinking. I don't know if I make a mistake, I'll put it down there. Okay, well that's all. I'll be covering the next keynote as well and give you updates as soon as the next iPad comes out. and also Worldwide Tech Reviews will be getting their hands on the brand new iPad 2 as soon as it comes out. So that's my predictions video. If you enjoyed it, and can't wait to see what Steve Jobs has to say at the next keynote. And you know what? Apple will probably surprise us with a whole slew of new cool things that the iPad will feature, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon.